Boys and girls, I'm so happy to be back on ZZZ. We got a new patch, Yuzuha is out, an extremely cute character. And she's also very, very strong. Pretty much on par with Astriel right now. But she's going to be powering up our Anomaly teams going forward as well. And if we know the next character coming out is going to be another physical Anomaly character, it makes sense to pick her up. She's going to be very strong. Very, very strong indeed. So let's take a look at the banner, shall we? The plan's pretty simple. We're going to go for one copy of her, and I'm personally going to get the Wenjin. We'll talk about that more in the actual build section, but the Wenjin is not 100% necessary. I can say that for sure. But yes, without further ado, let's get into the pool, shall we?
Cheers, my friend.
Oh my god, it's a miracle. Oh my goodness, it's a miracle. Okay, can we win the 50-50? Can we do it? Okay, random Billy. You know, I'm believing. Part of me is believing. Should be this one. Yes! Man, her design is so cute. I love the outfit. I love the outfit so much. Oh, I'm happy. I'm very, very happy. Ooh. Nice and simple. 30 pulls in. I'm a happy boy. That should make getting the Wenjin really easy. So let's do that now. Ooh, another early.
I'm about to bust.
Maybe our luck has turned around. It might literally be the first one. Easy dub. Yes. Oh, it feels so good. It feels so good to get lucky. What a very unique Wenjin design as well, by the way. I absolutely love this. And there she is. We have her and her Wenjin in pretty much less than 80 pulls. For sure, this is the luckiest we've gotten in a long time. Absolutely love her design. So I'm going to get building her, and I'll catch you when she's ready. In a bit. Bro is just chilling. Anyways, boys and girls, we are back. It's about a day later, and Yuzuha is fully built. You might also notice I've got the skin on. I'm a sucker for skins, what can I say? But yes, she is fully built. So let's take a look at the build, shall we? And here we have her stats. Now, she's a support character, so the only stats that really matter are going to be attack and anomaly mastery in this case. Now, attack is really simple. I want you to try and hit 3000 attack. It's as simple as that. No more, no less. 3000 is going to help you maximize your core passive, which we'll talk about in a second. But this is your primary goal on this character. Once you've done that, you're pretty much set. The other stat is Anomaly Mastery. Now, this is to do with her secondary core passive, which increases Anomaly buildup and Anomaly and Disorder damage in general. Now, the maximum you can get from this is 20%, and that requires 200 Anomaly Mastery. The only way to get 200 is if you're using the Phython's Melody 2-piece, a Dis 6 Anomaly Mastery, and you also have her signature. Without the signature, you can only reach 171. With the signature in combat, you'll hit 201, which will give you the maximum benefit. We'll talk about the Wenjins in a second, but the Wenjin is not necessary at all, and 17.1% is more than enough, so don't worry about it. In terms of other stats, now you can build some crit rate and crit damage, or you can try go into Anomaly Proficiency, but because she doesn't actually do anomaly damage herself, kind of, her damage is completely negligible. So you can kind of aim for like anything more than like 200 anomaly proficiency and you're really good at that point. But yes, those two stats, that's it. A bit long-winded, but I hope that makes sense. Okay, let's talk about the skills and the skill priority. As always, you want to max out her core passive, and this is what I was talking about. She's going to give her team a maximum of 1,200 attack, and then also increase damage dealt by 15%. Now you need 3,000 attack to get the benefit of that, essentially. The other passive is this one, where Anomaly Mastery exceeding 100, every point over that, you're going to get 0.2%. So with 200, you would reach the maximum 20%. Like I said, without the Wenjin, you can't reach it, but that's not that big a deal, so don't worry about it. In terms of priority, you want to maximize her attack, and then these two, pretty much. You can also put some skills into the assist as well, but I just leave that at 7, and I'm perfectly happy with this. Okay, so let's talk about the drive disc. This is where things get a little bit complicated because she has a lot of options. The one I would recommend for everybody would be Swing Jazz. 20% energy regen is really nice, and then the damage is really consistent, the damage buff, especially during stun windows. You have another option being like Proto Punk, which you get more value out of combat, but the two-piece is kind of useless, so there's that, and then it's less consistent inside a stun window as well. The other option, you then have Astral Voice. The 10% attack is really nice because that was going to help you hit that 10%, that 3,000 goal that you're trying to hit. But the problem with her is that with the 4-piece, theoretically, you can get more damage overall, but she doesn't really give quick assists like that. So you're going to have trouble. Well, it's going to be really complicated to get that uptime. The final option is Freedom Blues. Now this is for purely if you're going to play her just with an Anomaly team and nothing else. And this is pretty decent because it just reduces the Anomaly build-up resistance. But in a more general term, if you want to play her with pretty much anybody and not, shoehorn her into just Anomaly, I just recommend Swing Jazz. But you have a bunch of options. Whichever ones you have that you don't have to divert too many resources into, I would just go for that. They're roughly all about the same, but I personally went with Swing Jazz. In terms of the 2-piece, you realistically only have one option, and that's going to be 5 Thumbs Melody, because you get that 8% Anomaly Mastery, which is going to help you hit that 171 minimum on the Anomaly Mastery. Okay, let's go through the individual discs, shall we? So, yeah, disc 1, you're really only looking for attack percent and then Anomaly Mastery or crit and crit damage, depending on what you want to go down. I went with Anomaly Mastery just because I'll primarily be playing her with Anomaly characters. It's just nice to have, right? So it's a pretty simple one. 2 rows into attack, 1 Anomaly Mastery. This one I was able to use just because I didn't need any more attack, so I just picked this one up just to give myself more proficiency. This 3, again, proficiency and attack percent. It's really simple. She's not difficult to build at all. So for the 4-piece, you want attack percent. And as you can see, this is a completely terrible piece. It basically no rows into anything I really care about. Anomaly proficiency would be nice, but I'm not dedicating any more resources to this. She's a support. This is everything she needs. She doesn't do much damage at all. So do not sweat trying to get like 300 Anomaly proficiency or something. It's just not worth it. Again, for 5, it's going to be attack percent again. Same thing, Anomaly proficiency. This disc is a bit better, so I'm quite happy about this one. And finally, disc 6 is going to be Anomaly Mastery. You don't really have any other options if you're trying to hit that 171 Anomaly Mastery that you need. So this is pretty much it. And again, it's not even really that good of a piece, but it's good enough that I can get to my 3000 stat goal. And that's pretty much it. She is a support, so keep that in mind. You're not going to be building her DPS at all because she just scales terribly. And the way she does her damage anyways is really weird. So yeah, just hit those stat goals and you'll have a world-class character straight away. Okay, let's talk about Wenjin's. Now, surprisingly, her signature is actually not that required, despite it being probably one of the coolest aesthetic Wenjins I've ever seen. Literally an apple with a tanuki inside of it. Like, what the hell is that? But if you followed my guide or anyone else's guide during the anniversary banner on what to pick, you might have picked up a Weeping Cradle. And if you did, well, you're now reaping the benefits because this is a fantastic free-to-play option, quote unquote. The other free-to-play option is obviously Kaboom the Cannon. Now, both of these are fantastic. The main thing that this is going to provide is that additional Anomaly Mastery to hit 201 in combat, to give you the maximum benefit of her additional ability. But realistically, that's not enough to justify picking it up, in my opinion. Now, I did because I just like it. Aesthetically, I wanted it, so I did it, but you guys do not need to. She has fantastic free-to-play options. Now, with all of the gems you've saved from her Wenjin, I would, if you don't mind pulling more, recommend picking up her Mindscape 1. Now, the additional 30 energy when she starts is just great quality of life for like any of the endgame content where you do not start with any energy. This just means she doesn't have to swap in, do a bunch of attacks and waste time building up her first EX special. She can just do it. The other thing is that now her additional ability gets increased to 130% of its original value, so you're just getting more damage. It's roughly about a 13% damage increase, so this is really, really strong. Now her M2 is a big wall of text. Just think of it as just more damage, really. She does these like weird chain attacks, or allows your team to do really weird chain attacks like out of stun. But other than that, she gives your team more damage, and she also uses her off-field attacks more often. So you're applying more Anomaly and doing more damage over the course of the fight. So that is also really strong. In terms of what you should get, if you have to pick, I'm going Mindscape 1 every time. Now, I'm just kind of weird and I want the Wenjin. It's as simple as that. But if I had to pick, yes. But anyone else, just pick up the Mindscape 1. Okay, let's talk about team compositions. You can essentially think of her as an Astra Yao because she's very flexible. Now, the main comps you can think about is if you have a Miyabi, you can run her with like a Vivian and then a Yuzuha, and that's going to be a really strong team straight away. When it comes to quick swap, I would still prefer Astra Yao just because of the quick swapping nature of the team. That's what I would prefer. You can also obviously run her with Anomaly teams. So if you have a Jane Doe, a Vivian, or a Bernice, and then the Yuzuha, that's going to be a very, very strong team now. If you're really free to play, swapping out Jane Doe with Piper is also going to work. So that's where she fits in. Obviously, she was made for the upcoming character, who's also an Anomaly character, so we'll see when that character comes out. But for now, those are your team options. She doesn't have to go into an Anomaly team. She provides enough buffs to make her a really good generalist support. So feel free to put her anywhere. And that, boys and girls, pretty much wraps it up. In terms of my final thoughts, she does feel like a must-pull character, similar to Astra Yao when she came out. Them two are going to run the support category for a good while. Now, if you're somebody who doesn't care about Anomaly and is never going to pick up an Anomaly unit, she might be skippable, to be honest. But if you're an Anomaly enjoyer like myself, she's really going to make a big difference, especially with the upcoming character as well. So yeah, let me know if you guys are going to pull. I would personally recommend it, but you don't have to listen to me. I'll have a showcase after this, so stick around if you want to see that. And don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
弱点見て愚かです。パイポン様、どうか見ていてください。さあフィナーレよ。不潔ですね。目障り。見つめてあげる。諦めなさい。悩みよ悩み、飛んでいけ。あんたは狩られる側。噛まれたら痛いわよ。私怒ると怖いよ。私がヒルトを切るよ。さあフィナーレよ。すぐ終わるわ。あんたは親友に触れちゃった。これはどう？さーて、傘から何が出るか